altos, sopranos, panpipes, and the death of a salesman. Another beautiful bamboo saxophone. Oh. We'll let him take cash for you, okay?
The story of the flute maker began with a love affair over a small wooden flute that was made in India. The strong wood revealed a lovely grain. A brass ring hugged the end of it, looking like a prince from a faraway land. Rings of faded green and red antiquing blended well into the dark brown recorder-like flute that played both strong high notes and soft healing ones. It was this, my favorite flute, that lived in my mouth and filled many empty spaces across the land with rhythms of a special sweetness and musical laughter. As I headed farther south into Mexico, my love affair with my Indian flute was challenged by a man without legs. He seemed to be cut off under his belly button. He was begging and held out a rusty hat to a busy walkway by the market of Cuernavaca. Gray and brown dirt colors wrapped themselves around a four-wheel platform that held the stump of a man. Now and then, a gentle coin would fall into his hat. Somewhere in that man, I saw a treasure. Bringing my 6-foot frame down into his world, I began to play. Our smiles met and our eyes twinkled together. I knew that the quality of his life would change if I were to give him my best flute and he were able to play it for a living. He accepted my gift, and I walked away a few inches taller on the inside. Inside the market, of endless vegetable stands shadowed by poor light and rancid air, I met a goofy crowd drooling for some fun. A giggling brown hand offered me what seemed like an innocent pepper. I knew it was coming. The crowd got thicker. This gringo didn't want to spoil the fun. As I bit into the fireball of a pepper, a roar of voices bounced laughter off the ceiling. Soon the water in my eyes prevented me from seeing them as Mexican electricity and killer bees stung my mouth. When it was finally over, the market had returned to business as usual. I walked away, nursing my exploded taste buds that were left dangling. When tomorrow arrived, I was having flute withdrawals and went to visit the twinkling stump man. My heart sank when I noticed no flute, just an empty hat filled with years of waiting. I served my disappointed soul on the platter of my inquiry. Señor, ¿dónde está la flauta? Sir, where is the flute? He replied with healing in his words, "Oh, my flute is at home. I have to learn how to play it first." My feet smiled and carried me off into another adventure that has changed the course of my life for 25 years now. For you see, in the next town that I settled in, I was privileged to become a flute maker. And since then, I've had the blessing of making over 50,000 flutes. To put some more icing on this story, a friend sent me a dozen Indian flutes like the original that I was to pick up later in a post office in Guatemala City. How true Ecclesiastes 11:1 is, as it cries out through the corridors of time, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, and in many days it shall return."